Hello there YouTube, it's your boy B3, back with another kicking action figure review. This one has been waiting in the wings for a long time. It is the Playmates Toys Godzilla vs. Kong Hong Kong Battle Godzilla. Very cool. It's their normal Godzilla figure from that movie, except he's been given all these translucent parts and purple and blue paint. And if you've been watching for a while, you know I'm a sucker for translucent parts on a figure, Eldrador and a lot of different kaiju and stuff. Really dope. Really dope. You can see mine has all these little black spots on there. That is because I accidentally left him on some black cloth for a really long time, and it kind of polluted him a little. Oopsie. Doesn't look too bad though. Pretty cool. It's basically a glorified repaint, but it's a really cool one. It's supposed to be like all the cool neon lights in Hong Kong are like reflecting off of him, shining upon him. I think it's really cool, but it also makes a cool energized Godzilla. I don't have the energized Godzilla from Playmates Toys. I kind of didn't like the head paint on it. Maybe that's a Haya thing I should get, who knows. But this is still a really fun, really cool figure. And the reason it took me so long to review it is specifically because, and I hate saying this, I lost his atomic breath effect. He had an atomic breath effect that pegged into his mouth, just like on the Mechagodzillas I reviewed, and it stayed in pretty well and looked pretty cool, but I somehow lost it. And that's insane. I never lose accessories. I always keep them in these labeled baggies. You see that? I don't know how I lost it. I really don't. Maybe the cat yoinked it when I wasn't looking or something. I really don't know how I lost it, but I did lose it. I did lose it, though. It's not grand. So I can't show you that accessory, but I can show you a lot. Articulation-wise, this head kind of wobbles. I don't think it's supposed to be an articulation point. It's just a separate piece. But you do have jaw articulation, which is arguably some of the most important articulation on a kaiju figure for kids. You have rotating arms. Very fun. You have a forward and back on each leg. And the tail plugs in so it gets a decent range of motion. God, I love the purples and blues. It looks really good, especially on the spines. It's so cool. He also has a battle damage piece right here. I definitely know how to get it off. I'm definitely capable of it. That is for sure something I am able to do. I had a lot of trouble with Ghidorah in our last review. There we go. There's his gore. Remember, kids, the gore is fine. Just don't ever look at a tibby. That's called humor. Yeah, you can see his ribs. It's actually kind of insane how gory this is. At least they didn't paint him white. It's almost more grotesque that they're red, because that means they're covered in blood. Wild. It also almost looks like a lightning strike. Like a Saban's Power Rangers style thing. Did I flip it upside down? Anyway. Let us now get into... I did flip it upside down. Let us now get into size comparisons of this Godzilla. I'm going to have a lot today, just like I did for Ghidorah. And speaking of Ghidorah, the first size comparison is the Playmates Toys Monsterverse Ultimate Titan Ghidorah, who is a little small for him, but that's more an issue with Ghidorah and not Godzilla himself. Mini kisses, because they're buddies now. They're friends. They've become friends, so that's fun. So that's him with kind of... His own line is really the GVK line, but that's just an extension of the GVK line. We also have a line from my childhood is the Bandai America Bandai Creations second sculpt of the 1954 Godzilla. That's cool. We have the Bandai Japan movie monster series Gigan Rex, another more modernized kaiju reimagining, or an upgrade really. Technically it's a different character. We have the Trin Masters 5-inch Gamera Guardian of the Universe Jiger. Maybe a little too small for him, but that makes sense because it is in a smaller scale. So is the 4-inch Mogera from the Godzilla Trin Masters line. Also too small. This is 6-inch scale. I don't want to call it 112 because it's definitely not that, but it's 6-inch. Also, here is the Pacific Rim Page Punchers Raiju from McFarlane Toys. Once again, a little small for me. I'm not going by their exact height measurements, I'm just going by what looks cool. Here he is with George from Rampage. That's not too awful, to be completely honest with you. That's really alright. I think this is from Lanyard Toys, maybe? Whatever. We also have the Ultra 500 series Ultra Monster 500, series from Bandai Japan with Zeragus. That's not terrible either. Would prefer that, but that's not bad. Then from the Schleich Eldrador line, which are things that could easily pass as kaiju, we have the Stone Monster, who I quite like. It's a very good figure. Starting to review Eldrador more. They're really neat. I always like to compare these with a dinosaur, so here is the now retired, or retiring, Anzuwilii from Safari Limited. Safari Limited! Cool. Last but not least, I want to show him with a different Playmates. They don't really make Playmates toys like this anymore. Now they only do them like this guy. But this is the first one they did that was a bit more traditional. It is the Playmates Toys Godzilla Classics first release Shin Godzilla with the Uggo Fuggo face. They kiss. Wow, yeah, I haven't shown this guy off in an action figure haul yet, and I probably won't review him until after I do, but could be worse. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the Hong Kong Battle Godzilla from the Godzilla vs. Kong line of Playmates toys? He's pretty cool. I'm actually really enjoying this guy, and I have for a while. I've had him since shortly after that movie came out. It's a fun looking figure. Yeah, you know, in a lot of places the colors don't fade in naturally. Like in the face, I would prefer if maybe the jaw was kind of the black and just had the translucence at the tip, and you can see it's just kind of cut off. But this is a kid's toy. We judge kids' toys by kids' toy standards here, and I think it's cool. Most kids will probably pretend this is like an energized Godzilla. That's why I got him, because I thought he was a cool energized Godzilla. And that was before we had GXK energized Godzilla. So that is it. Thank you all once again for your support. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.